Virgin Wick theory, 1 hour chart, date. The date of the chart is April 2nd, so this is back testing. So this is not necessarily a A+ setup, maybe a A minus. We've been coming down, but now we've made this one chat candle most recently, and that's the 3 a.m. Eastern candle. We chat through these two Virgin Wicks, and on the 1 minute, that will be these corresponding swings. This swing high makes for the Virgin Wick and the Virgin Wick here. And if we actually hone in on the time, this is the 3:59 a.m. candle, and that's this 3 a.m. candle that hasn't closed yet. But if we make that, instead of 3:59, we make it 4 a.m. See, now we made this 4 a.m. Now we're inside, we're starting to get to this candle. The vertical line has moved to here. So in any case, let's see. So now the 3 a.m. candle has closed. It's 4 a.m. now. Let's see if we engage the point of interest on the 1 minute chart. Oh, and let's look at the 4 hour chart. 4 hour chart, just like the 1 hour, has been coming down, but most recently we've been making some green, and this is the point of interest from this Virgin Wick on the 4 hour. So ostensibly we could be making our way up to the point of interest. So that is at least a little bit of argument for a bullish move if it were to retrace to this point of interest here. Making this green. Whether that's a valid argument is something to be determined with more data, but there can be an argument here that this green candle on the 4 hour could be making its way up to the point of interest. And that does happen, right? Like, we do make bullish moves to go engage this point of interest. So that is one possible argument for the 4 hour being bullish, at least somewhat bullish, some reason, a little bit of reasoning to make it bullish argument. And especially if we couple that with our understanding, or at least with Navi's understanding of the 15-minute intermediate chart. So this is the 15-minute intermediate right there, 15-minute. And we've had a SysD right here. So this down move has changed state of delivery on the 15-minute chart. We've had a SysD. So that is another little bit of clue that the 4 hour trend could be heading up to at least come to this point of interest up here with this 15-minute SysD. So now we go back to the 1 minute. We have these point of interest from the 1 hour Virgin Wick right here, and let's see if we engage. So at 4 a.m. we come down. So now the time is 4:11. We come, okay, so we engage the lower point of interest. So let's see. We don't get an entry model. There's no change of state of delivery, and there's no FVG to inverse. So now we get to this at 4:30. Now we do sweep this low, gets swept by this candle up here, and these down moving series of candle forms a basis for SysD, because we sweep this low, sweep this low, we come down, we sweep it, and we go up, and this red candle, making this low is the state of delivery. When we close above, see this thicker greenish agua line? When this candle right here, the 429 candle closes above this opening of this down candle, that's a sys-D. And we put our entry here upon closure of this candle, and we immediately get 1R right there, sys-D. Sweep and sys-D. Sweep here and closing above this open of these down red candles is the sys-D right there, and we go for 1 to 1. Now the reason that this is a minus setup is that we really are not too sure about the trend. We have the 15-minute sys-D right here, but the 1 hour has been going down, but we most recently did get a chat candle. So we take a 1 to 1 and we barely get it. And then it starts to chop around, it comes down this way. We really don't get much higher than 1 to 1. And it just chops around, and then we would have been stopped out had we try to go for more than 1 to 1. So that's the setup. And to go back with some hindsight, we had this down move, we had this down move, series of down moves on the 1 hour and the 4 hour. We start to make a chat candle, we start to close higher with this 3 a.m. candle through these virgin wicks. We come to engage, so that's 4 a.m. right there, 3:59, 4 a.m. We start to engage the points of interest. We sweep, we close above this red candle opening, we make a sys-D, we enter here, we get a 1 to 1. The trend is not super bullish, super strong. There's some argument for the 4 hour coming to this point of interest right there. There's the 15-minute change of state of delivery in the intermediate. But insofar as things like premium and discount, we're not really in discount if we look at this swing. And we are in discount if we look here, but that's an isolated swing. That doesn't, that's not really a good premium discount, because we really ought to take it from here to here, which is this 15-minute from here to here, and we're not at 50%. So we are at 50% from here to here, like this, from here to here, from here to here, but from here to here, the 50%, we did not reach it. So this is kind of like a minus, not super trendy, not super clean trend setup, and we wouldn't have gotten to draw on liquidity even here. We just start to head down. We head up a little bit, having a little bit of reaction, getting 1 to 1, and then the rest of it goes down.